Fire Emblem Engage is released. Like Pokémon, I have my limits, and this game is just a no for me. Fire Emblem has always been a fun series, but this game has just not been inviting in the slightest. To me anyway. Firstly, Alear looks hideous. That hair is just hideous. People are gonna say, oh, it's trying to symbolize what the game is about. I don't care. It is very unattractive looking to me. If I have to look at it throughout the entire game, I'd rather play something else. I do like the idea of bringing back classic characters, but with the engaging, and then the characters fuse into their spirits, and then there are these weird objects around the wielders. What is that? Isn't even my first question. It's white. This is what they came up with? It's a very obvious gimmick. From what I've learned about Japanese game series, when you have gimmicks, they're just very blatant substitutions for standard game mechanics. This is just like Mega Evolutions in Pokémon. They market it as this game-changing new feature when in reality, it doesn't make the game better, or easier, or more fun. It's basic gameplay disguised as something new. Whether it's more or less appealing to you depends on the consumer, and in my case, it's less appealing to me, so this quote edition does not make me want to buy the product. And I don't think this game is going to sell as much as Fire Emblem Three Houses, either. I think there are decisions with the game's direction that I feel Intelligent Systems is going to regret. They just got too comfortable. But with that out of the way, Alear is going to be in the next Smash Bros. Even if there are new Fire Emblem games that release on the way towards that new Smash Bros., he's already in, as well as whatever new protagonists there are in future games. Why? Because it should be absolutely no surprise at this point. Now, would that be fine? Sure. Give him or her, or it, or whatever, the Marth spirit, or if there's another prominent spirit, and they can work like a tandem. And guess what? Sakurai is going to fucking do it, despite not doing it with Rex. And then he'll immediately give a stupid explanation on it that sounds too lame to be true, yet Nintendo fanboys will believe anyway. There were absolutely no obstacles for making a character that involves more than one character model. I have more than debunked this. It all comes down to Sakurai's motivation. Here we got player-first games who develop multiverses. And there are all these characters like Velma, Tony and Jerry, Jake the dog, Gizmo the Mogwai, and LeBron James. Characters that you could never imagine working in a Smash Bros. Style game, but they do. Because the motivation is there. Sakurai is selective with everything when it comes to Smash Bros. He picks and chooses the roster, in addition to how they work. The fanboys agree that the least enjoyable new character is the one that Sakurai knows the least about. And then there's Min Min. A character that does not feel as fun to play because of Sakurai's intents to follow her own game's rules, rather than give the character some personality. And as it's the worst kept secret in gaming, Sakurai is going to top Byleth in terms of making one of the most op characters with Alear. So keep in mind this video years from now when there's a new Nintendo console, and there is a new Smash Bros. Game announced. And he's going to keep the other 8 Fire Emblem characters as well. It's not Sakurai's job to lecture consumers on what Fire Emblem is. Oh, by the way, remember when there was supposed to be a Fire Emblem Echoes series? Fire Emblem Echoes, Mortal Kombat Mythologies, X-Men Origins, it's going to happen with Pokémon Legends too.